Hello, I'm Viola Trubitska, co-chair of Quinn Emanuel's Data Privacy and Security Practice. In this video, my colleagues Jennifer English and Teuta Fani and I will be discussing the process of reporting cybercrimes, including ransom attacks and breach incidents, to government agencies. Ransomware attacks are on the rise, and these attacks typically unfold on a rapid timeline. Therefore, it is important for organizations to understand the options that victims of cybercrimes have for reporting data breach incidents to government entities. Not only the options, but also the requirement that such victims have. A number of U.S. federal agencies are tasked with receiving reports of cyber incidents and investigating them.
Filing an IC3 complaint with the Federal Bureau of Investigation is a common way of notifying federal agencies of cybercrime. The IC3 was established in May 2000 to receive complaints of internet-related crime and has received more than 7 million complaints since its inception. Its mission is to provide the public with a reliable, convenient reporting mechanism to submit information to the FBI concerning suspected cyber-enabled criminal activity. A related purpose is to develop effective alliances with law enforcement and industry partners to help those who report. The IC3 department gives victims a convenient, easy-to-use reporting mechanism that alerts authorities of suspected criminal or civil violations on the internet. The IC3 also develops leads and notifies law enforcement agencies at the federal, state, local, and international level. Information sent to the IC3 may be analyzed and disseminated for investigative and intelligence purposes to various other law enforcement agencies.
Any victim of an internet crime or an agent on behalf of a victim may file a report with the IC3. The IC3 defines internet crimes as including any illegal activity involving one or more components of the internet, such as websites, chat rooms, and/or email. Internet crime involves the use of the internet to communicate false or fraudulent representations to consumers. These crimes may include, but are not limited to, advance fee schemes, non-delivery of goods or services, computer hacking, or employment and business opportunity schemes. The perpetrator of an internet crime need not be in the U.S. It is sufficient that the victim be located in the U.S. for a report to be filed. And the victim does not have to have U.S. citizenship in order for a complaint to be filed. The IC3 website provides an electronic complaint form which filers will have to complete in order to submit a report.
A small caveat here. Companies in a small number of industries, for example, those involved in defense or critical infrastructure, need to consider special reporting requirements. Companies in these industries should consult with counsel that specialize in those reporting processes. More on that later in the video. But for general cyber incidents law enforcement reports, which is our focus here, the IC3 complaint form generally requires details such as personal information regarding the victim, address, name, contact information regarding the financial transaction associated with the internet crime, for example, account information, transaction date, amount, recipient of the transferred funds, and any information that may be obtained regarding the perpetrator, if there's a name, address, contact information, website, or even IP address. And finally, specific details regarding how the criminal incident occurred. Once a complaint is filed, the IC3 will review and research the complaints, including share the filed information with federal, state, local law enforcement as is necessary to enact appropriate criminal, civil, or administrative response to this crime. As the IC3 is not an investigative agency, however, it will not conduct an investigation on the filed complaint. Rather, it will rely upon the law enforcement agencies that it shares the complaint information with to enact further action.
Besides IC3 reporting, the U.S. government encourages private sector entities experiencing cyber incidents to report such incidents to the local field offices of federal law enforcement agencies and their sector-specific agencies. IC3 recommends that victims collect as much information as possible regarding the criminal activity. that can prove vital in assisting law enforcement agencies in any subsequent investigation. Pertinent evidence in an internet crime may include, for example, PCAIP files containing malicious network traffic, network host systems and/or security appliance logs, copies of malware, and emails, chat transcripts, and/or telephone logs reflecting any communications with a threat actor. The IC3 department uses the reports filed, along with data from various other government agencies, to generate public statements and alerts which help entities guard against ever-evolving cyber threats. These advisories, known as FBI flashes, FBI private industry notifications, and joint statements, are designed to help professionals and system administrators guard against the malicious actions of cyber actors.
In March 2022, the Biden administration passed the Cyber Incident Reporting for Critical Infrastructure Act, or the ACT. The Act increased the reporting responsibilities for organizations in critical infrastructure sectors. Critical infrastructure sectors that are subject to the reporting requirements include, but are not limited to, energy, financial services, healthcare, telecommunications, and transportation. The Act mandates that owners and operators of these designated critical infrastructure sectors report significant cyber incidents to the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, or CISA, within 72 hours after the victim entity reasonably believes that the cyber incident has occurred. Reportable cyber incidents are defined as events that result in the compromise, unauthorized access, or disruption of information systems or data that are essential to the functioning of the critical infrastructure sector. The Act also requires all federal agencies to share any cyber incident report with CISA within 24 hours. Therefore, reports filed with the IC3 department will also automatically be shared with CISA. Should an organization wish to share an incident report with CISA directly, reports involving unusual cyber activity and/or cyber incidents can be sent to report@cisa.gov or 888-282-0870. The reports should include relevant information about the cyber incident, such as the nature of the event, the systems or data affected, the potential impact on the critical infrastructure sector, and any mitigation measures taken or planned. After a report has been made, the Act requires CISA, in consultation with relevant stakeholders, to review and update the reporting requirements, definitions, and guidelines to ensure their continued effectiveness in addressing evolving cyber threats.
With our increasing dependence on technology, the general upward trend of cybercrime attacks will very likely continue. From 2021 to 2022, the IC3 noted a 5% decrease of reported cybercrime complaints, which was interesting. However, the potential losses from cybercrimes have grown from $6.9 billion in 2021 to more than $10.2 billion in 2022. That's an approximate 48% increase. Companies must plan for how to report to law enforcement, and counsel that assists with a data incident should be prepared to assist with the law enforcement reporting process as well, including gathering appropriate evidence for reporting. This concludes part 3 of our 4-part series on data breach incidents. I encourage you to watch the final part, part 4, on compliance with state and federal laws regarding personally identifiable information following a data breach. And of course, for more information on how Quinn Emanuel can help in the event of a ransomware attack or a data breach, please visit the link below this video. Thank you for watching.